Thrill me.
I'm gonna name you Coda. You get a name too, Podo.
His name is Happy Harry Hardon. He's a total sex maniac.
Of course.
Welcome, everybody, to another Q's and T's installment of the Unkind Rewind. This week, we'll be getting to know our next guest, Nick D'Agostino.
Nikki D.
Nicky D. Nicky D. Yeah, so that'll be fun. If you don't know the podcast, the way this works is this week we will be getting to know the guest. Next week we will be revisiting a film that our guest grew up with, seeing how it measured up to their memories of it, though they've not seen it in ages. I believe, if I remember correctly, Nick had not seen this in...
It had been a while.
Yeah, since he was 10?
It's always a while.
Yeah.
We're not gonna accept something that somebody saw, last year.
No.
It just won't make the cut, guys and girls.
It won't.
No.
But I'm Josh Dugan. Recording, broadcasting from the Great White North. I'm joined on the line by my co-host, Sean McGrath. Sean, how are things?
Things are good, pretty close to the Great White Way.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Broadway, not too far from where I'm at. Yeah, let's see. We're in good movie season, so
We sure are.
I've been hitting some good movies. I saw some nice SAG screenings.
Okay.
Got to go see Mastermind, the new Kelly Reichardt movie with Josh O'Connor.
Nice. Hmm.
She admitted in the Q&A that she just felt bad for him because he wasn't getting enough work.
Okay, right.
So she kind of threw him a bone by making him the lead.
He's in like 17 movies a year, it seems.
It's a good time to be his agent,
Yeah.
as we say in the biz.
Yeah.
Good time to be Josh O'Connor's agent. And then I just went and saw Good Boy. Do you know about this?
I know the name.
It's a very independent movie, currently on Shudder, but also playing in some select cities on the big screen, which I'd recommend. But It is kind of a horror movie as told through the perspective of a dog.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
The names associated with the movie were new to me, but yeah, interesting take on it. Obviously, there's some novelty there, but I think they did a really good job. I'm a total mark for dog stuff.
Yeah. I mean, your favorite movie is Milo and Otis.
It followed closely by
Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound, Benji 2, The Hunted.
Yes. Yeah, much better than the first Benji.
Yeah, Turner and Hooch.
I got that on the first or second one, Benji the Hunted. And I haven't seen it since I was like 8.
Yeah,
I mean, total random, but Friday the 13th Part 3 burned me, so whatever.
Yeah, Josh was talking about cinequote.net, if you must know, which I took it on the chin. If you read the newsletter, I really fucked up on Friday the 13th Part 3. I was really hurt, though. I didn't know what to do. They never mentioned Jason in that movie.
They did not, yeah.
They never mentioned a hockey mask. They mentioned Crystal Lake once, and I brought it up. But by that point, you're just guessing sequels.
Oh, exactly. No, once Crystal Lake came up, it's like, okay, I had actually thought it was maybe a Friday the 13th before that.
Yeah.
But I didn't. Crystal Lake confirmed it, and then I'd run out of.
The only thing you could really have done is if you'd seen the movie.
But I've seen it once, 20 years ago.
If you know the movie, there's a character name that is dropped in that fifth quote.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to know, okay, they're talking about that in the past. Basically the protagonist of part 2, but it's talking about, recently,
Right.
blah, 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 blah. But yeah, that was, I needed to say Crystal Lake basically in the first quote.
Yeah. Especially because there are, what, 10?
10, at least 10.
Yeah.
And then there's a remake with the same name that I
Yes.
took out of the running. I just eliminated that as a guess.
Yeah.
Which I do sometimes. I'll just say, I'm not like.
Or if there's another movie with the same name that's like 2 years off of that, and it's clearly like a direct-to-video thing.
I mean, there was a movie yesterday. I guess we could talk about it. That has a remake with the same exact name.
Yeah.
Which is something that they're doing now that I hate. I just like how we always have to, like, for example, the Superman movie that came out.
Right.
It's not Superman 2025, but you're going to have to call it that.
Yeah.
Which I didn't like, for the record.
I mean, at least those are like super far apart.
Sure, but if we're talking like...
I know.
Okay. I'm not going to get on a rant here.
No.
I did see Train Dreams, and I liked it quite a bit.
Okay. Nice.
I think that's kind of like one of my standouts right now.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Obviously, Train Dreams is based on the Dennis Johnson novella.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of my favorite books ever.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great book. You know, this isn't a book podcast, but certainly we touch on it here and there when we have adaptations. Definitely recommend the book. And Josh would probably urge you to read most of Dennis Johnson's stuff.
Yeah. You can actually skip Tree of Smoke, funny enough.
Okay.
As one National Book Award winner. Is kind of a turgid mess, but
I really, really like Train Dreams. I'm trying to corral exactly how I feel about it before I give it a rating on Letterboxd, but yeah, it's really good.
yeah. No, I'm excited for it, and have been since I saw the trailer. The trailer was like, okay, I think they're gonna get to the heart of like what worked, you know.
Mm-hmm. The two, kind of interesting things they do. One, they start you off with just kind of an omniscient narrator that's not a character.
Yeah.
And the second thing they do is they shoot it 3:2.
Yeah.
Which is really unusual, but it gives the aspect ratio really gives a benefit to the height of things in the movie, and because most of this is kind of clear cutting and lumberjacking and work through the western states and Pacific states, you really get the sense of these men being dwarfed by 1,000-year-old trees.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to see your take on it being a bigger Dennis Johnson guy than me. Yeah. If you're just gonna, I mean, you could have more gripes with it, certainly, than I do. Just because
the book isn't super fresh. I haven't read it in over a decade.
Okay.
So, though I might reread it just for shits and gigs.
And then I'm going to see a Amanda Seyfried movie tonight.
Uh-huh.
It's a strange one. It's directed by Mona Fastfold. Do you know that name?
I don't. Did she do like Victoria or something?
She did. She did that movie about lesbians in the mid 19th century with Catherine Waterston and oh god, people are yelling.
I mean, this sounds like it's right up my alley.
Okay.
I've been in a room with Catherine Waterston, and she is like more in person than on screen is like very striking.
Okay. Yeah, this was Vanessa Kirby and
okay.
Catherine Waterston. And yeah, I think it's kind of a frontier lesbian story. But that's Mona Fastfold. And this current movie is called The Testament of Ann Lee, an epic fable about religious leader Ann Lee, the founding leader of the Shaker movement.
Okay.
So next time we talk, maybe I'll give you my 2 cents on that.
Right.
It's her and Lewis Pullman.
Okay.
And Thomasin McKenzie and indie star Christopher Abbott.
Been in a room with actually both Christopher Abbott and Thomasin McKenzie.
How about Tim Blake Nelson? He's in this.
I've not been in a room with Tim Blake Nelson.
Thomasin McKenzie?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I said. Her and Christopher Abbott.
Christopher
Abbott was Christopher Abbott was a very big room, but it was the South by Southwest Awards for 2012 or something. 2014.
Matthew Beard is who I would look like if you like AI'd my face to be perfect.
Okay.
Do you know Matthew Beard?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, if you on my best day as in my 20s, even on my best day, and then you had a great team of plastic surgeons, you could kind of get me close to Matthew Beard.
Okay.
He was one of the team in the Imitation Game. He was like part of the crew that was working with Benedict Cumberbatch to solve the enigma.
I've mostly tried to block that movie out, but
yeah, you're such a math stan that you're like, nope, that's not how it was.
I mean, that was okay. It was better than The Theory of Everything, which was a fucking
that was
nightmare.
A tough one. Yep. And she's in Train Dreams. Felicity Jones does really well in that.
Yeah. Oh, we should. I was thinking that we'd probably drop in a couple of times in between seasons, maybe once a month or something, just to keep in the feed.
Because we're wrapping up season 3 here.
Yeah. This is the last official Q's and T's episode. But yeah.
Hopefully we leave everybody with a big cliffhanger.
Yes, we will. I can already tell you that we will.
Should we mention now that there's a cut to black and then a gunshot at the end of this taping?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, either you,
who
me,
shot,
or
who shot whoever?
Yeah,
we won't even tell
Nick,
you who was shot.
Either you, me, or Nick dies.
Yes. And, I mean, this will garner the ratings that Dallas did.
Yeah. I mean, imagine who's coming into season 4, just bated breath. Oh my God.
We both saw One Battle After Another.
Oba. I'm gonna. Yeah, we talked about that because I was going to see it last time we were talking. I am still unable to process it on first viewing.
I went to it a second time on Monday.
Wow. Okay, that's a quick return.
It was
2 weeks,
about a week and a half.
About a week.
Yeah. But I'd been thinking about it a lot. Wanted to see it a second time. It was playing finally in 70 millimeter. So I made that happen.
You ponied up?
I did. It was a matinee. There were 10 of us in the theater at 11:30 on a Monday.
What was the ticket cost for something like that?
I think it was $17.
Yeah. I think it's plus 30 out here.
Yeah. Well, you saw it in VistaVision.
Yeah.
Any issues with the print?
It looked great.
Or with the projector?
It looked great. I mean, I had kind of a rough seat, but other than that, maybe one of the reasons I want to go back and kind of park myself dead center. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know how to kind of talk about that movie right now.
I get that. I mean, I knew you hadn't reviewed it on Letterboxd yet. It's definitely a movie that I felt like I had to sit with for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still watching stuff about it, still taking in different sort of, whether it's what the big picture the Sean Fennessy Ringer podcast, whether it's their stuff or panel, panel stuff on YouTube.
What has been helpful?
Does.
What of those have you thought has given you the most insight or compliment?
I mean, I've definitely watched some just to take in extra stuff, some detractors, talking about how the movie views black women and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been trying to take in a broad spectrum of criticism and analysis. I think the Fennessy stuff, Fennessy and Amanda Dobbins, and who did they have on for that? I can't remember.
We were trying to plug these other things, and Josh is screwing it up.
Yeah. Well, they don't need my help.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
We could use their help a little bit.
Yeah, we could. But yeah, they did a couple episodes. Because they also had, was it Van on to criticize it? And now I can't remember. Why can't I remember who the hell they had on to kind of be a little more critical of it? It might have been Van Lathan. But I've been watching a lot of stuff about it. I did really, really fucking like it. Especially after Licorice Pizza, which I was pretty disappointed in.
Agreed. I think you even like Licorice Pizza better than I did.
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, I definitely came out of Licorice Pizza wondering why. Why is this? I had no such questions following one battle after another.
Alana Haim, by the way, is in Mastermind.
Okay.
Plays Josh O'Connor's wife.
Nice. Yeah. I did. I really loved it. I feel like people should see it in the theater. See it while you can. If you can catch Minneapolis didn't have a 70mm showing for a few weeks.
Okay.
So if you can catch, if keep your eyes peeled. The One Battle After Another website has the different formats you can see it in and see like where it's playing closest to you. Keep your eyes peeled for that, but
that's a standard recommendation to try to see, things in theaters. But this one might be a little bit extra nudgy.
This one should, yeah. This is, if you're seeing 3 movies in the theater in a year, this should be one of them.
Yeah, my favorite movies, from, say, 2 years ago, 9 out of 10 were ones that I saw in the theater, and I don't think that's a coincidence. I think it really does help the experience. And
it does.
Yeah, that's why, distribution companies and, the kind of promotional aspects of films really encourage critics to come to the theater and not just, click this link to watch the movie. Yeah, exactly. Anyway. Podbiz? Sure,
there's not a ton of it this week.
Okay.
Some of it's because I didn't, so I finished the edit early Saturday morning, got a little bit of sleep, and then went to the march.
Yeah.
Went to the rally.
Did you get, did drones capture your image?
Probably, but I had a hat on.
Oh, yeah. Nobody wears that hat. That's the problem.
Well, it is a St. Paul hat, at least.
Okay, yeah.
And I wore no other distinguishing clothing. Everything was logo free, and
you had those frames on though, right? Those glasses.
I also turned my phone was off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see if you're listening to this podcast, it's because I guess that's a good indication that
I made it at least one more.
Yeah,
day.
We haven't been Guantanamo-ed. That Josh was able to get it out.
Yeah. So yeah, I went straight into that, and then Sunday the whole day was taken up with stuff. So I was behind on social media shit, so I didn't get a lot of social media feedback. We got some stuff though. Now in I think it was the pre with Laura, or sorry, in the pre-interview with Laura Faye Smith for Black Widow. Sean Googled Nuns on the Run, and AI told him that Nuns on the Run was from 1986, which we both thought sounded wrong, but moved on. Nuns on the Run came out in 1990.
What the hell?
So the internet, as Cory Doctorow has famously said, has been enshittified.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
I mean, really weird that like you and I knew.
Both knew more than AI.
Yeah, we was like, that doesn't, whatever.
That's not right.
Yeah. We did move on when we probably shouldn't have, though.
Yes. Yeah.
We probably should have had an outside source, but, you know, goes to show you that when it comes to John Henry versus the machine, you want Josh and I as your phone a friend.
Yeah.
Instead of AI Google.
Yeah. Now, on Blue Sky before the main event, Mobius 13 said, if I remember right, this week's choice came out early in the year and did okay, but Fatal Attraction was a big smash that year for this kind of film, and our movie kind of got left behind in later years. Looking forward to watching it for probably the first time since it came out. So Mobius 13 had seen it. But
was he related to Laura Faye?
I don't know. I can't say for sure. Maybe
a cousin or something.
Yeah,
came over.
It's possible. It's possible.
Okay.
But that kind of makes sense. That
it's probable
Fatal Attraction was the kind of
and Fatal Attraction had. I mean, it just had so much more sex to it.
Yes, there was way more sex. It was a love triangle where the male was more not dumb.
Yeah, and I think like cumulative star power, if you're going Winger and Russell versus Close and Douglas, you're in trouble.
Yeah, and you're also like, you don't have the iconic rabbit.
No, you don't have that. You don't have
a thing that would be a meme now. Like you don't have that like one moment that is like cutting through the cultural consciousness in a way that like everybody fucking knew about like the rabbit is still a joke in movies like 3 or 4 years later. Yeah. Like it is this ever present thing that Fatal Attraction had that.
Yeah, there's nothing in Black Widow that is culturally relevant enough to be satirized.
Right. Yes. And then really the only other stuff we have is Gopher Balls said, I can't remember if I ever saw this week's movie, but its print advertising campaign was relentless, like months ahead of time. And if I was seeing them, I'm not sure why they were targeting sports magazines.
Yeah, what was the magazine Laura Faye was talking about, like Teen Vogue or something?
She had, it was 17, I think.
17, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they were targeting sports magazines apparently, and then Gopher Balls added, maybe it was to save money because I don't remember seeing a trailer or TV ads.
What's the sports connection?
Well, Gopher Balls would have only been reading a sports magazine.
Yeah, but I mean, was it in the scuba section, perhaps?
I don't know. Yeah,
okay,
maybe. Who not to make out with at the pool when you're doing your scuba training. There's probably a bunch of scuba. It was, 1987, so scuba was hot.
Yeah, scuba was in.
Yeah.
There was a scuba shop on every corner in America.
Scuba was the cat's pajamas.
Scuba was like BMX underwater.
Yeah, yeah. It was basically all scuba and extreme dirt biking, but like, Huffies, not motorized. BMX,
yeah, I was
like BMX bandits and fucking rad.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend about, like, we have to come up with a term for the one movie that you saw as a kid that nobody else knows of.
Yes.
Well, we're still working on that. Listeners, if you know what we're talking about, everybody has that one movie. Laura Faye had a couple of them, but
like, am I gaslighting myself?
Sure.
Maybe it's that.
But a friend of mine was like, Dirt Bike Kid. Do you know about Dirt Bike Kid?
I have seen the name of that movie before.
Okay.
But I have no... Like, I couldn't tell you one fucking thing about Dirt Bike Kid. But I have seen the name of that movie. I don't know that I've seen the box art.
Dirt Bike Kid seems to me like a movie title that could have been facetiously made up for me to guess wrong on a trivia question.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't tell you anything about it either, but apparently it was watched incessantly by somebody, and yeah, I have no frame of reference for that. Maybe we'll get to it. Maybe it'll show up on someone's list, one of our guests.
Yeah, I'm still not sure what to do with dropping back in here or there for bonus episodes between the seasons. Maybe we watch something for it.
Sure. We could watch something San's Guest. We could watch something...
Yeah, I was thinking it'd just be you and me. Maybe if Adam has time, he could drop in or something, but nothing. I don't want to have to... I don't want to have to really write an episode, like I don't want a 4-page outline of what's going on. Yeah, informal stuff.
As you figure out which one of us got murdered.
Right. Because we'll have recorded those before our deaths.
Yeah. Don't. It's like a time travel movie. Like, don't look too hard under the hood.
Yeah. Sorry, you just had me thinking about the movie I watched last night, The Triangle.
I did see Triangle. Melissa George. She had or continues to have
also young Michael Dorman.
Oh, strange.
He's the captain.
He's like
he's the pilot of the. It's him and Liam Hemsworth are the two.
Like hooded bad guys in this, or what's the?
There's one.
Okay,
but I don't want to get into.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a strange thing. It goes along with your maxim of I'll watch just about anything.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Of all the
great... but that had Michael Dorman in it.
Excuse me, sorry. It's not inherently great because it has Michael Dorman in it. He's done some trash.
Yeah.
Well, Melissa George is a strange leading lady. She's like B-movie. I don't know what her proxy would be.
Well, this is she's coming off of Alias at this point. I don't think she had done that show The Hunted yet.
She's but British, right?
Yeah, that was 2 seasons of pretty good, like back when Cinemax was doing those action shows, like The Hunted and.
Oh, excuse me. She's Australian American.
Okay.
You might remember her from the kind of co-lead in 30 Days of Night with local Minnesotan Josh Hartnett.
Who was my brother-in-law's... his girlfriend was my brother-in-law's babysitter.
There you go.
Yeah. Or nanny or whatever.
But yeah, I mean, not a lot of her movies are big.
Yeah, they're all kind of like small. She was in like one of those like vacation destination horror movies, right? Like The Descent or something.
Probably. She kind of has her toe in a little bit of horror.
Yeah.
She has a small role in Mulholland Drive.
I don't remember that at all, but I haven't seen that movie since it was in the theaters.
I think the Descent movie you're thinking of is Turistas.
Yes, it is. It's 100% that.
Yeah. But she was main role in Alias Season 3 and a guest star in Season 4.
Yeah.
Season 3 is still good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it had not jumped the shark yet.
And then she's
the first season's the one that works the best.
Yeah.
Because they hadn't fucked with the format yet.
And first half of Season 2 is just like top tier television.
Yeah, and then they basically do that Super Bowl reboot in the middle of Season 2, and it's just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You guys screwed the pooch here. You shouldn't have listened to the network. Network should just let you be what you were. But whatever. Yeah, so Nick D'Agostino. We know Nick through our former guest, Stuart Parker. They worked on a micro-budget feature together that I have here. Sorry. I've had it in a tab and I need to watch it. Justice the movie. I was going to try to watch it before we recorded, but we had to record a day earlier than I wanted
What's
to.
that link so people can watch it?
They can't.
Oh, that's right.
But
okay,
Nick,
but it's coming
Nick
out,
does... Right? Yeah, this is the one that's coming out. Nick does have some stuff on his YouTube channel. This one is still like going through like festival submission process. But yeah, he'll in the episode and in the episode notes, Nick's YouTube channel will be listed there. But yeah,
everybody's seen this.
Everybody's seen his movie. I'd be shocked. And this one, unlike some of the ones this season, is available to most people who have one of the main, like, 3 or 4. And to be fair, resourceful people can find almost every movie that we've done on, I don't know, sketchy Russian websites.
You know, and if you have a way to play physical media, the library has nothing but this.
Yes, yeah, the library, all of the movies that we've done are at the library, but this one is very easy to find.
Yeah, you don't have to fall over too many streaming sites to land on this one.
No, this one, and you'll know which one it's on. It's very obvious which streaming site this movie is on. This one, I would really be if you are an audience member who somehow did not see this movie, reach out. We want to know how that happened.
Yeah, what's the series of unfortunate events that led you to? I mean, maybe you were just
because the source material that this is adapted from is fucking evergreen.
I would assume, and I'm going to speak for Josh here, we would assume that you had some type of room situation where you were just kind of kept in an
or maybe blast from the past, but
sure,
something of that vein.
You definitely lived kind of subterranean with no media.
Yes.
For whatever reason, maybe against your will.
But yes, without any further ado, Nick D'Agostino. Welcome, everybody, to another Q's and T's installment of the Unkind Rewind. This week, we are getting to know Nick D'Agostino. I'm Josh Dugan. I'm joined on the mic by my co-host, Sean McGrath.
Joined on different mics.
Yep. Different mics. We're not sharing a mic.
We tried that once when we did our Lady and the Tramp episode.
Yeah. We kept hitting each other and it.
Well, we
headbutting each other.
We kept kissing.
Sure.
But you can call it headbutting, whatever. But now we got different mics and we're in different locations. But yeah, welcome to the Unkind Rewind, people.
So
what do we do on this show, Josh?
On this show, we get to know our guest, Nick, and then we dive into a movie that he grew up watching, but has not seen as an adult, to see how this movie stands the test of time, and to see how his memory holds up too. It's sort of a dual
and also thing. And also stands the test of Nick.
Yes,
that's what it's really all about.
Yeah. So test. Nick, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh my gosh, great! I feel like I'm at a networking event. Well, I'm Nick. I lived in Austin for like 10 years, just moved to New York. I've been doing like movie stuff, super micro budget for like maybe 8 years. in Austin with some buddies, and we made like 4 features of varying degrees of plot and characters and all sorts of good stuff. But I'm just a regular guy, just a regular guy who's
We're just
excited to be here
normal
on a
men.
podcast. Yeah, just
We're
normal men.
Normal men.
So
The way
for
that
your
the way that Nick described those movies, very like secretly, kind of like the way that you were describing those, it sounded like you make snuff films. So like, let's get that out of the way. You don't make snuff films.
No, not yet. But
When you
for the
when
right
you-
offer,
When you said plot of varying degrees, I got a little concerned.
it's hard not to be humble about your tiny independent films. But no, there's no vulgar, graphic, sexual content, unfortunately.
Okay.
But we'll
you're not
work on
going
it.
the Joe Swanberg route.
God, I would love to go the Joe Swanberg route. Give me a 3-season show on Netflix where celebrities have sex. That sounds good.
So for process-wise, because this is something I'm interested in, and I don't care if the rest of the audience is or isn't. So process-wise, how much of a script do you have going into making one of the like micro-budget features that you're talking about?
Sure. I think it varies. The 2 that I've directed, the first one was like very influenced by like a Swanberg or Bajowski kind of energy. So it was like the script is very much informed by the resources that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So I live in a house with 5 roommates. Okay, let's make a movie that takes place in a house over the course of a day with 5 roommates.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then the second project was like mockumentary style, in part because it felt like a really fun way to explore the mix of like comedy and like a little bit of horror stuff. And then also it's very budget friendly to do a mockumentary.
Sure. Yes.
I would say that second project was maybe like a 40-page script. Some scenes like very outlined, others just like knowing who's going to be in the project, trusting them to kind of get the ideas and maybe just a couple rough ideas of where the scene's going to go. And then for the couple of projects that I've produced, oftentimes with my creative partner, Logan Dorn, he directed 2 of those. And those scripts, I mean, you go into them pretty fleshed out with the understanding that like, let's be over prepared and then be comfortable to riff or change things based on how we're feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
Nick, what about a movie about being dragged onto an episode of a podcast to record?
I wouldn't say I was dragged. I was invited, cordially invited.
Look, semantics aside, you're here. It's a micro budget. Let's roll the cameras.
The first podcast movie that came to my mind was Tusk. So I hope this doesn't end anyway like Tusk did. I don't know if you saw that.
We're not recording together in one location, so I think it's a pretty safe bet that you're not going to get tusked. Yeah.
I don't want to be a walrus, although.
Well,
they're
you've
beautiful
also
animals.
seen Stuart, who I guess it should be said, Stuart, our guest for Just One of the Guys. He's been like a producing partner in a couple of things. He's also produced a short of mine that's not done yet. Not in post. It's not done yet, but
wait, I'm just hearkening back to Just One of the Guys, and I was going to chime in on a line, but he really did say, "Are those what I think they are?" Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when she revealed her breasts, the man said, "Are those what I think they are?" Okay, just letting that sit there for a second. That was actually a response to seeing breasts.
That is, I will say, incredible writing. I think just let's be honest about that. That's genius.
100%.
What else could they be at that stage of, this isn't Industrial Lights and Magic.
That tells you everything you need to know about that character.
That's true. Nick, what do you think of the movie Lock?
The one where Tom Hardy's in the car?
Yeah.
I love it. I love hearing him talk about pouring cement.
Yeah.
Josh, have you seen Lock?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, Lock is great.
I
love
watch
those locked room or like single location. Like I as someone who writes things, I definitely like to be like penned in to where you're oh no, this is what I have to do. Like I like having to work around limitations a lot.
Yeah, that's where we get creative.
Yeah. And like limitations of like, how do we shoot this for literally like maybe $300?
A little bit more than $300, but one of my
But
favorite...
the short that I shot with Stuart was definitely less than $300 if you don't account for like my driving to Austin to shoot it.
Well, yeah, what was craft services on that?
That was most of the budget.
Okay.
Who is Kraft?
Exactly. Does he own the Patriots?
He does.
Didn't he wasn't
Yeah.
he the first one to provide snacks?
He
on-
also
on-
frequents massage parlors, I believe.
He set up a 6-foot folding table with goldfish and fruit roll-ups and lukewarm coffee, and the rest is history.
and almost always
We
peanut
we
M&Ms.
paid. We had breakfast tacos. We actually had food.
I meant no offense.
That was the only thing that I whatever. I wrote the thing to like very specifically be able to shoot in one location with like very like nothing. So, but
This isn't an
we're not talking about me. We're talking about you.
no. This is not an intervention for Josh yet.
Yeah. So you've got a new feature that is in the can, correct?
Yeah, it's edited, it's ready to go. We're just kind of waiting on and developing our release strategy, which is
Okay.
maybe harder and less fun than actually making a movie, in my personal opinion.
Less fun for sure. Harder for
100%.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the worst. But you're a producer, right?
Yeah, sure, of course I am. Who isn't?
Yeah. Yeah. That's our boy Nick.
Anyone who's ever been to South by Southwest is a producer, right?
That's right. Everyone is a producer.
So how did you get into making film?
I guess I just liked movies as a kid. My dad would show me movies that I was not supposed to see yet at a young age. Like, I remember watching like Once Upon a Time in America at like 11 years old. And my mother being like, I don't think he should be seeing this graphic violence. But
Half the cast was 11 years old.
unfortunately, yeah, more
Yeah.
reason not to see that movie.
Yeah.
But then I moved to Austin in like 2016 and was an intern at the AFS, Austin Film Society. And just through that and working at a rental company right on the lot, Miscellaneous Rentals, I just like met some other homies who wanted to make movies, and I had PA'd and worked a little bit on like more quote unquote like legit sets. And I was always like, why is everybody so angry? Why is everyone yelling at me? I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
I can get you a water. That's fine. You don't have to shout. And I was sort of like, well, why don't I just do this with my friends, and then we'll like what we're making and we'll be nice to each other. And that's kind of what we started doing. I made a short with this kind of same group of people in maybe 2017, and kind of just kept it rolling from there, making stuff little by little. And yeah, this last movie is the largest project to date for us. And yeah, it's been really fun. Keep doing it, hopefully.
And do you guys have is there a production company YouTube channel or anything like that?
It's all scattered over the web, but on my YouTube,
Sure.
you can find pretty much everything, or the links to other. It's pretty much all on my YouTube channel. Yeah.
Okay. And so how many you've directed 2 features?
Yeah, directed 2 features and then
What are
produced
they
2
called?
features. Oh, yes. My features are Practically Tropical, and then this new one coming out later this year, early 2026, is called Justice the Movie.
Okay.
Not to be confused with the word or the principle
Or the
Sure.
band.
or the band.
So having worked on real film sets or air quotes real, like bigger productions, were those all in Austin, or were you doing that before you moved to Austin?
Yeah, those were all in Austin. And I would say like not every larger project I worked on did I feel like was poorly run or anything like that. But I just kind of felt from working on those, the projects that I really enjoyed working on had a certain energy about them that I felt like we could create while making our own projects. But yeah, kind of mostly in the Austin area. And I did not do a lot of, I'm not going to act like I was like a long-term set guy or production guy. I maybe worked on like 10 to 12 projects.
Sure.
And kind of saw the trajectory of where that went. I was working a lot in art department, having a lot of fun, but I felt like If I wanted to make my own stuff, I had to try to get out and do it.
Yeah. Having left the industry,
Yeah.
I can categorically say that it's very, very, very hard to try to make your own shit while you're working on soul crushing shit. Yeah.
Nick, are you the only are you the only man to have moved out of Austin recently?
It's a wave. It's a wave, brother.
Is a wave out or a wave
It's
in?
a wave out now.
It
Now that
is,
everyone's
huh?
leaving. Yeah.
Josh did it before it was cool.
Okay. I moved to Austin and left Austin after both things were cool. So I'm objectively uncool, but that's okay.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like, some post-apocalyptic movie where every car is on the freeway leaving a city, and there's like that lone motorcyclist who's going into it. Like that was you leaving Austin.
Yeah. No, I like that better. That's what it was.
You're a real Daryl Dixon.
Yeah.
Okay.
TBD on that comp. I'll see how I feel about that.
Maybe a Rick Grimes.
Yeah.
What would you say? We've had
Anybody
anybody
but Carl.
Anybody but Carl. We've had a lot of Austin people on because obviously I spent a long time there. What's your relationship to Austin? Because this comes up fairly frequently.
Maybe it's just because I recently left. I love Austin.
Okay.
Obviously, I think like any American city, like it's changing. And I always think it's funny when people are like surprised or upset that a city's changing. Sort of like, yeah, that's what happens over a lot of time anywhere. I really loved it. I feel like it's a great place, particularly to like get your feet wet in creative stuff because it's really non-judgmental. I think making my first short, we were just shooting on the street, and a guy walked out of the house we were shooting in front of, and we thought he was going to give us shit or whatever. He was like, "Hey, I see you guys are filming. Let me know if you guys need some water or like use the restroom, need a break from the heat." Like it is that kind of city. You don't have to get permits for anything, and if you do, they're free. And just everybody's kind of working on something on their own time, so it's a good place to kind of connect with other creative people. I felt like.
Right on.
I feel like I can empathize a little bit, having been in Portland, Oregon, 20 years ago. But yeah,
You moved like 7 years ago.
I moved 9 years ago.
Shit, really?
Yeah,
God damn.
I know.
When we started this podcast, it was 5 years ago. When we started doing test episodes, it was 5 years ago. But
Yeah, I moved in 2016, but I had a good chunk in Portland, and it did, like, I feel like Portland and Austin, beyond just like stealing each other's bumper stickers of keep blank weird, did have a lot of similarities in its kind of ethos and spirit in a lot of ways. Maybe also its food carts and food trucks.
and both are being co-opted by tech, by big tech.
Yeah, both are being co-opted by tech, and both are becoming increasingly harder to drive around in and live in. But it did afford me space to be creative, and the community was easier to find there than a bigger city like New York or LA. Because you would see people at the same things, you would work on the same things, and from there you could link up and forge new projects, and even as a stand-up, when I was just having moved to Portland, I could do stand-up comedy to an audience, and I'm using a lot of air quotes here, almost every night of the week.
Wow.
I couldn't do that in LA, but I knew that like Sunday nights you could go to Harvey's, and Monday nights you could go to the Boiler Room, and Tuesday nights you could go to Suki's and the Wooden Chicken and Roscoe's, and there were places to get time that I think if you were fresh off the boat out of college and wanted to go become a stand-up comic, and you're like, oh, I should go to New York, you're just not going to get the time.
Right.
And I think that kind of extrapolates in a way that I was allowed to be creative and get things done in an easier way than if I tried to do the same thing in a much larger, more perhaps cynical environment.
Sure. Sure. Same.
But yeah, I mean, I made a lot of films initially through. Well, the first thing I did was kind of a spoof diving competition, but then after that, did a lot of shorts through that 48-hour film fest. And Josh actually you were in Albuquerque, right, for when we won?
Yep.
Yeah, so we ended up winning the national competition.
Oh, wow.
And that allowed us to go to the Cannes Film Fest with that short.
Oh,
Which was, a 1:30 screening time on a Thursday, but still.
For
you don't have to tell people that
6
part.
minute short or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't.
Josh,
you can leave those details out.
Josh,
Yeah.
cut that out. Cut
Yeah.
that out, Josh.
Cut that. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I'm glad that you're on the show. I'm glad that you're doing it, because that's 90% of it. It's just to do it, and then now you get the awful 10% of like getting it out there and making sure people see it and distribution and
God bless
that's
Film Freeway, right?
oh, God bless Film Freeway.
Yeah. It's submitting to every fucking thing on Film Freeway. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I guess let's dive in a little bit to your background. What would you say your childhood was like?
Oh my gosh, so good. No, it was actually pretty good. I'm a pretty lucky guy. I was an only child, grew up in Boston to older parents. Um, and as far as my connection to like movies and art stuff, I imagine, my dad was sort of really into musicals, which was weird. If you ever met him, you would never guess that.
Woo!
He's just like
Josh.
he's just like a handyman kind of guy who's like, we'll paint the whole house on a weekend off, but like we would go, I'm from Boston, and we'd like go into New York every once in a while to like go see Wicked or Chicago, and we would like listen to the soundtracks ahead of time. And then like when my friends in school would ask me like why I'm going into the city, I like didn't want to tell them that it was to see a musical. So I'd be like, oh, just visiting family.
You told him that you're going to go see a Yankee game, even knowing that would get you beat up, but you still took it?
Yeah, I would rather go watch a Yankee game than admit that I know all the words to Popular and Wicked, but I did, and I might still.
No, Nick, own it, Nick. As one of the two hosts of this show that has Broadway blood, you got to own that.
I think it's okay to like musicals. There are a lot of terrible movie musicals, and I think we have to acknowledge that. But musicals are really fun if you just let yourself be corny. Let yourself accept the corniness. It's a beautiful experience. Yeah. So
perhaps one, hearkening back to one of the actresses from Wicked, perhaps you should let it go. Just let it go.
I'm gonna hold on. Let me write that down.
Yeah, Josh and I are the yin and yang of musical appreciation here.
Okay.
I grew up having to sing shit from musicals. Like it's not like I'm not. I don't. Movie musicals almost always suck.
But you said having to. That's a big key point. You were forced to. So when you lay back on the couch and you talk about this with your therapist, you need to bring up that this was under duress, under you were being forced to.
I mean, some of the songs are fine, but like.
We don't want fine, Josh. Fine is not good enough in this world.
Sean and I were literally, before we were recording this, we were recording the intro for a different episode, and musicals came up. So this is very fresh and raw.
Okay.
Which is why I'm
that's what's happening here, Nick. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Sorry to trigger you guys.
It'll make sense in the
Sean was baiting people to call into the call-in line and try to make me watch musicals. Like this was literally just happening like 20 minutes before we were recording. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be apparent once you hear this thing
now,
back.
Was your dad trying to exorcise the Curse of the Bambino in going to all of these musicals, or what was do you think there was a impetus or rationale behind all of this? That
I think he just loves the arts.
Okay.
in a way that is sort of a secret. Like he may or may not remember my birthday, but he does remember the year Eye of the Needle starring Donald Sutherland came out, and he remembers seeing it in theaters.
Okay.
So
Was your mother different? Was your mother also a supporter of the arts, but more vocal about it, or less hidden about it?
it's just fun to think of your parents as supporters or not supporters of the arts. But yeah, I think my mom had a better like
She's a
sense
benefactor.
She was a benefactor. Um, I feel like she'd be more down to watch like a stupid ass movie with me. Like she could laugh at an Adam Sandler movie or like
Okay.
Will Ferrell. She could get that in a different way. But we watched a lot of like Alfred Hitchcock. I remember like Vertigo is another movie I watched probably at like 12 or 13 years old and being like, what is happening? Or then like Errol Flynn's like swashbucklers, like Captain Blood, Robin Hood, just watching all these old movies. And I guess that was part of being an only child. Like all my references were like Laurel Canyon folk music and black and white
Sure.
action adventure movies. And then at school, I didn't know what to talk to people about.
They weren't down with Jackson Brown?
They didn't really get it. I don't think they had heard Late for the Sky at the same time that I had.
Okay.
What was it about? I mean, did your parents think of movies for you as a surrogate sibling or babysitter in any way?
No, I don't think so.
Like something for Nick to spend his time with?
No, I will say probably as much as they tried to, he at least specifically my dad tried to culture me. Like the movie I've probably seen most is like Robin Hood, the animated film, or
Okay.
Lion King, which I like every family vacation I was like forced everyone to watch over and over and over and over. So like the Disney VHSs, I still have those. That was my bread and butter. That was the Bible.
Do you have
Those movies.
the clamshells?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
There's
Love those.
some tough corners on those.
They
those
make
are
you
the-
work for it.
Those will cut a bitch.
You got to earn it. You got to earn Hunchback of Notre Dame.
It's like if you're into oysters, it's like it takes some work.
That's right. That's why
And
you
if you're
get the
trying to
gloves.
categorize your films like on a shelf, they're such a pain in the ass because they're not the same size.
Yeah.
I as like a sort of, I'm certainly on, if there's a spectrum of OCD, I'm on it, and that was always such a fucking irritant to me when the casing of a DVD or CD or record didn't match up and you couldn't like, I don't know.
So do you struggle? You struggle categorizing your DVDs and Blu-rays together? Is that hard?
Yes, they're separate entirely.
Okay. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. That's a relief.
Yeah, there is.
I hate the blue on the Blu-ray too, but like that's separate. That's a whole another thing.
So let's get back to Nick. And so, did you think that it was like we need to edify this kid from Boston who might be, surrounded at school by cretins or Philistines that are more sports centric? Was there something that you think was intentional about making you well-rounded or a
No.
Okay. Just
I think they wanted to show me the stuff that they loved.
Gotcha.
And they were from a different time. So those things were different. But they just really wanted me to be in on the shit that they loved. Like, that was it.
There was nothing that was like, okay, we don't really like this, but we think Nick should go see a Bruins game. Or
No. I will say it's reminding me of that Portlandia sketch where the parents are talking about, like, they have to get their kids to listen to cool music when they're in pre-K. You know what I mean? And no, I would just say, like, my parents just were like, this shit is sick. We always loved this, so you should check it out because you'll probably think it's sick too. And I got to say,
you?
yeah, they mostly had really good taste. So I got lucky for sure.
Were they like Bostonians themselves, or
No, so they don't. My dad's from Connecticut and my mom's from Chicago. So they don't have the accent. So I don't really have the accent.
sure?
That's what I think. Some people tell me I do. I think they're just
You
fishing,
don't.
but yeah.
The
So
true test would be if we get Nick drunk.
yeah,
Yeah, that's yeah.
that might be different, but
Uh-huh.
What time is
sober,
it?
I do not have the accent.
Okay.
It's not quite 5:00.
Yeah. So I guess they're sort of they're many different Bostons. What Boston did you grow up in?
I grew up in a neighborhood called Jamaica Plain, which is
Okay.
it's a nice neighborhood. It's right near like a lot of the green space in the city. Um, Definitely not like what you think of or what you see when you see like a classic Boston movie. Like I did not grow up on L Street. Like Whitey Bulger was not hanging out around the corner or
Sure.
anything like
Did
that.
Dennis-
Friends with Eddie Coyle.
No, sadly, no.
Yeah.
Did Dennis Lehane write about Jamaica Plains?
He never did. So that kind of tells you how,
Sure.
the level of cool it was. But it's a beautiful neighborhood to grow up in. When people from Boston talk to me, they're like, damn, you were lucky. And I was for sure. But I went to school like in Fenway, near like the medical district, near Fenway Park, and with kids from all over the city. So you definitely had like sort of all kinds. You definitely met kids who grew up where Mystic River was based.
Yeah.
And I will say there's like the funniest person you'll ever meet is always like a kid in your English class in 8th grade in Boston. Like the funniest fucking people I've ever met in my entire life are just like the asshole in your middle school English class. And still are.
Like they're
so
still they never graduated. They're still there.
I hope he's doing better than that, but if he's still there in that classroom, he's still bringing joy to a lot of kids.
Yeah.
every day.
God bless that boy.
That weird
Yeah.
35-year-old sitting in the back of the room.
Bro,
Can you do the Boston accent? Can you do the thick Boston accent when you need to?
when I need to, yeah. When like the bat signal goes up, yeah, I can put it on a little bit. But I don't know
have
if
you
a
been
true
ro-
Bostonian would like
I mean,
it.
you've been roped into acting on some of your movies, right?
Yeah, yes, I've definitely been roped in by others and by myself. And I do a little improv too. So I definitely do some acting. And definitely if I'm doing an improv scene and don't have anything, I definitely start doing Fenway Park bullshit,
There we are.
motherfucker.
There we
Yeah,
are.
that kind of
Yeah,
shit. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
You sound as good as Cole Hauser at least. So it's
Low bar.
passable. It's passable.
Thanks.
Sorry. No, I mean that was totally like I wouldn't balk at that, and I tend to get really bothered by bad accents. So
I would
Yours-
buy it hook, line, and sinker. Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
I have a really good ear for that. Try watching like Colin Farrell in The Rookie or whatever that movie he did with Pacino. It is rough for him to get through an American accent.
was it
Just
SWAT?
A SWAT, thank you. Yeah, SWAT.
Just let him
The
be
Rookie
Irish.
is with Charlie Sheen.
Right.
Just
No.
let Colin Farrell be Irish. I feel like everything would be so much better. It's okay if he's on a SWAT team and he's an Irish guy. It's
Yeah.
easier.
I also think let Martin McDonagh be Irish as well, because I tend to not like his American stuff as much as when
Right.
he sets everything in Ireland.
Let the Irish be Irish.
Thank you. Finally, someone says it. Even a D'Agostino.
Hey, my mother's Irish.
Okay.
Well, you are from Boston,
I'm
So
half and half.
and she's Chicago, right? She's Chicago Irish,
Mhm.
so she's like backdraft Irish.
Watch yourself.
No, that's a good that like in backdraft everyone is Irish. Everyone has these like put upon Chicago accents. I mean, even the black guys in backdraft are Irish. I think
Troy O'Leary was in Backdraft.
I guess I gotta watch Backdraft.
no, you don't.
Okay.
It's a propaganda movie for fire department recruitment. It's basically Top Gun for the U.S. Navy, but
Could be a
for
good
fire.
career.
Yeah, there is a statistic at the end of Backdraft that
99% of firefighters are arsonists.
are Irish. Yeah, spoiler. But no, it says there are 1,295,000. I'm a little bit off here, but it's something like 1.2 million active firefighters in the U.S. today. And I was like, let me look that up. And Backdraft, Josh, help me here. 1990, 91, somewhere
90 or
around there.
91, yeah.
There are less firefighters today.
The
This
most
is-
amazing thing is that you guys both just knew the year that Backdraft came up right off the
We're a
dome.
little older, so we know what year
It's-
it came out because when it came out when we were
no,
in school.
no, because what year?
That was
did-
amazing.
What year did The Thin Man come out, Josh?
1933.
Okay.
34. It's the
Yeah,
last year of the pre-code.
So, Nick, it's not that.
Yeah.
It's that you're talking to a couple fucking weirdos.
Wow. I'm honored.
Yeah, we have a little. Speaking of spectrums, we're somewhere on there with dates and stuff. Josh and I went through once year for year with the Academy Awards.
This is at Rio Rita. The old Rio Rita, the first Rio Rita. The second one was... This was the one on 6th Street. The second one was obviously at 12th and Chacon. But...
So we sat there for an hour or so and subjected my friend Katie to verifying as we went from 29 on to present day to come up with
Or
every
Best
Katie.
Picture winner. Every Best Picture winner, and the only one we couldn't come up with was fucking Return of the King.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
That fucked us?
That was the only one we were like, no fucking idea. We had both
03.
memory hold that Return of the King won Best Picture.
Wow.
Dude, it won like 11 Oscars. That's the only one I remember because I loved that movie so much. I was so invested. It's like, I need this to win everything.
It's good,
Oh.
but it was, kind of a cumulative award.
Right.
Certainly.
Also.
But hey, when you're like 10 years old,
Yeah.
you'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a little older, so
We're not going to, unfortunately, we're not going to get to watch Lord of the Rings this time around.
That's okay.
no. So looking over your list, I'll list them off right now. Obviously, you already mentioned Robin Hood, the animated Robin Hood. Then you've got Airplane, Adventureland, Hamlet 2, Balto, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Fox and the Hound, Mr. Deeds, and Billy Madison.
I'm sorry it's
Just
not a cooler list.
It's fine. I mean, maybe you've just been watching Forgetting Sarah Marshall is, and honestly, I love Hamlet 2 also.
It's a perfect film, I think.
I really love it.
Do you know, Nick, about the Willem Dafoe movie Togo?
I do know about it because I know there's a lot of Togo erasure in the Balto narrative, and really Togo's the guy that did all the work. That sounds fine.
I know that I'm probably going to be opening,
This is such a niche fucking conversation. Sean is like the champion of Togo.
I really am. I think Togo is fantastic. Also, I didn't mention this before you popped on, Nick, but when I was in Calgary, in the town of Canmore, I met one of the stars of Togo. I met a sled dog at kind of this pop-up event that was trying to recruit people to do summertime sled dogging through like mountain bike trails or something. It sounded awful. It sounded like I was going to get a concussion. But they had a sled dog there, a husky. And so regardless of if there's a dog around, I'd ask the person there, have you seen Togo? Because I ask that question 4 times a day. And the woman working the event said, yeah, actually that dog was in it. And I lost my mind. It was better than meeting Willem Dafoe. But I appreciate that you know of the Balto Togo battle. And I think you need to do, I think you need to risk your childhood a little bit and watch Togo, regardless of if we pick Balto or not.
I'm totally open to that. I think there should be no binary when it comes to celebrating sled dogs. All sled dogs should be celebrated. There should be a movie for every dog that was on that team. They're all incredible to me. They're all winners.
Well said. I can't top that. But anyway, back to the list.
Back to the list. If you were to guess, what movie do you think we chose from your list?
Probably not one of the ones you just said out like you repeated again.
Balto.
Probably not Balto. Gosh. Maybe Adventureland?
No, we actually went with, it was funny when you started talking about it unprompted. We went with Robin Hood.
You did? Oh, great.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, memory can be a tricky thing. Having not rewatched Robin Hood in ages, can you briefly describe what you remember the basic plot of the movie being?
Oh my God, I'd be honored. So there's a fox who's like the coolest guy in town. He lives in the forest with his big bear friend, and they just kind of bop around, stealing from the lion, who's the prince who sucks his thumb. And then there's like a wolf. The wolf is the sheriff of Nottingham. It's just the best telling of Robin Hood that's ever been committed to film. And he's just like a cool ass fox bopping around, shooting arrows perfectly, falling in love with Maid Marian, a total babe as far as cartoon animals are concerned, like a lovely young woman. Yeah, just kind of saving the day.
Right on.
So this is the 1973, right, Josh?
Yeah.
Disney animated Robin Hood, directed by who knows?
Doesn't matter.
We should know.
A genius.
A genius.
We'll know next week.
We will. That I think a lot of people have a frame of reference for.
I would be shocked if the virtual entirety of the listening audience has not seen this film.
Right. Regardless of their age.
Yeah.
So good.
5-year-olds today might have seen Robin Hood.
Yeah, 100%.
And the music? Well, I guess I can save this for next week, but the music. My God.
So the plot, Nick, is just basically Robin Hood.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so it's just the story of Robin Hood, but told with woodland.
Anthropomorphized woodland creatures.
Yeah, they did.
And also a lion, apparently.
An anthropomorphized lion.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's great.
How old were you when Robin Hood was a fixture of your youth?
Oh, probably before I have a memory. Like, I think maybe like 3 years old, I started watching that movie on repeat.
Okay.
And yeah, that would be a movie like, oh, you're on vacation with child Nick. Okay, you're gonna watch Robin Hood 20 times. You think there's something else you're gonna watch? No, you're mistaken. You're gonna watch it again.
Are you talking about people that visited you or when you were on vacation?
No, you'd go on a group vacation with cousins and aunts and uncles. Like,
Okay.
people took time off of work,
And where would you go?
Oh, maybe to like the beach, like a beach around Boston in the Northeast or something like that. Maybe to Maine. And they would spend their vacation watching Robin Hood again.
And as they're packing up sunscreen and sun hats and oversized sunglasses, they also are packing up Robin Hood?
Oh, I'm bringing Robin Hood.
You're bringing Robin Hood.
Were you also bringing the VCR, or was there a VCR at these cabins you were renting?
This was probably a time when rentals needed to have a VCR for children like me.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, just shouting Wobbin Hood, Wobbin Hood. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And how long do you think this was like in this sort of permaloop state for you?
Longer than it should have been. Probably not long enough to see a psychiatrist, but longer than it should have been.
Okay. So like 10, 11?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think you were like as this Robin Hood obsessed Ute?
I'm excited to see it again, but in my memory, I was just a kid with really good taste.
Okay.
Regardless of the movie, though, like what kind of kid, like what was it about? Was
Sure.
it more than just was it more than just Robin Hood for Disney films for you? Or was this the kind of seminal Disney movie?
I was kind of a Disney kid.
You were.
Like, I loved all those movies. If I'm going to psychoanalyze myself, maybe like a quieter kid, only child. It's nice to watch the hero's journey play out in such a beautiful way. Robin Hood's such a cool guy. I mean, even as a fox, who wouldn't want to be friends with that guy?
Yeah.
Come on. It's the best.
When do you think the last time you saw Robin Hood was?
Oh, God, that's maybe 12 years old, something like that.
Okay. So it just full stop at a certain point, like...
Yeah, at a certain
seen
point.
It enough.
I'd seen it enough. And then at some point in my adult life, somebody told me that all the music was Roger Miller. And I definitely, like, on YouTube would, like, watch clips of the Dancing Rooster. I was like, that son of a bitch. But yeah, I probably haven't watched it in full since I was like 12 or 13.
Okay. What memories do you have that stick out most about Robin Hood? This could range from what your personal experiences were with a movie, or like watching with a specific like set of people. What just sticks out to you?
You know, I remember really hating that damn sheriff. And I remember that Robin Hood was so good at pretending to be an old lady. He fooled me. And then really my memory of watching it is like a very one-to-one thing. But just like to this day, it's probably been 20 years. Like every family gathering, like someone will bring up to me that like they had to watch Robin Hood too many times because of me. So I can understand only through retellings that this was a nuisance for a lot of other people.
Okay. Okay.
Were you packing up other movies, like
I
on these
probably
trips?
I probably brought The Lion King.
Okay.
Maybe those are the two. Those are kind of the stood the test of time for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what expectations do you have for your return to Robin Hood?
Well, I think it's going to be shorter than I remember. I bet it's coming in at like a tight 75 minutes.
Okay.
And the plot is probably a little less nuanced than I remember it. It's not probably as deep as I'd like to recall. But I really can't think of anything else. I think it's just gonna be a glorious trip down memory lane.
Okay.
Maybe I'm an optimist, but
I mean, we've had these episodes go both ways. Like sometimes we're all like so pleasantly surprised by how well something's aged, and sometimes we're like, what happened? What was?
We don't have a bias on what happens as well. Like we don't
No.
have there's no agenda on our part.
Yeah. Sometimes there is, but not on this one.
that's what makes you guys have an agenda.
I really hated Space Jam and wanted
Oh,
other people to hate Space Jam.
See,
Wow.
I hadn't seen Space Jam, so like I went in kind of
I never saw it as a kid.
fresh to that.
Wow.
Yeah. But we did have
That was a contentious episode.
it was a contentious episode because Josh and I fell down very squarely on one side of that fence.
Oh, how did the other person feel? How did the guest feel?
They loved it.
They loved it.
Oh no.
No,
But that's
it's
fine.
okay.
I think that's interesting.
We don't want-
an interesting podcast
yeah,
episode.
and
but-
and absolutely, we don't want anybody to, to cater to kind of the wins of the host here.
No. We're
We
like we're in it for the experiential. Like
it's not about
we don't
us.
really care. Like I can only speak for myself, but I don't have any expectation of this being good or bad going into it. I haven't seen it in even longer, but since about the same age, and I remember liking it as a kid, but who knows?
I don't think we can change the name at this point, but this is very much the Nick D'Agostino show. So
yeah.
whatever your experiences are going to be paramount to whatever
Right.
Josh and I come at it with.
Right.
Thank you for centering my experience.
Yeah, Josh.
We do try to center these around the guest's experience and not our own.
Yeah, but Josh, do look into permanently changing the name of this podcast to the Nick D'Agostino Show.
Sure,
Just
we'll do.
Side.
I've already copyrighted that.
Oh,
Sorry,
goodness.
Nick.
Sorry.
No,
Nick.
it's the least you could do.
He did it right before you came on, just in
Yeah,
case.
I do it I register the new copyright every week.
Only
Yeah.
right.
Go ahead and Google that. You'll see that it's already parked. He's got
Yeah.
the website.
Shit. It looks good.
Yeah, it was
Squarespace.
Wix.
Oh,
No, Wix.
really?
Yeah,
Okay,
we went
Wix.
Wix.
What a great name for a website. Doesn't mean anything.
It's
Not
like
yet.
they're naming a new medication.
Yeah, they just threw darts at a board with
Uh-huh.
letters.
Just a 7-letter randomizer. Yeah.
Wix. Oh,
So, do you think you're going to like this?
yes, deeply.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Do you
I-
think that your family is going to appreciate that you were in that there was a whole podcast dedicated to their trauma?
I think they're going to ask me what's a podcast. No.
Yeah.
I think
Remember
yeah,
they're older parents, Josh. Remember that.
they are older parents.
He did mention that.
No, they figured it out. They've gotten that figured out. I think they are going to be really happy that this is the movie. They will think that is 100% what it should have been. And they may or may not listen, but they will be happy it was this movie.
Yeah.
Josh,
it's hard enough to get our parents to listen.
I think everybody's head here would explode if you asked my father to explain what a podcast is. Josh, what's your experience with Robin Hood?
I mean, it's one of those things I saw as a kid. We never had any of the Disney VHSs. We might have had this recorded off a TV, even though we didn't have Disney at the time. This might have been on like a VHS with 2 other movies. I don't really remember whether or not that was the case. I definitely saw it, and I had an affinity for the movie, but I didn't have it wasn't something that I watched on, say, a loop on family vacations or anything like that.
Too bad.
Yeah, I didn't have Disney. We didn't own this, but I feel like somebody in my orbit had it. Maybe a family member, because it was more than just one watch. I actually feel that Robin Hood, kind of showing our age here, might have been brought back to theaters and shown.
It was in the late 80s.
Shown at a drive-in. I have a kind of a weird, murky memory that I saw Robin Hood at a drive-in along with something else.
Back by popular demand.
Perhaps, yeah.
Obviously, especially because Disney was in such dire straits through basically the entirety of the 80s, where there weren't, between what was Robin Hood and then Little Mermaid, there was almost nothing released by Disney that was animated. That was like meant for a theatrical audience. You had Don Bluth taking a big cut out of Disney,
and they really poured a lot into the live action world. Disney routed kind of all weapons towards building this Sunday night movies and made for TV movies, the Disney Hour.
Wonderful World of Disney, yeah.
Yeah.
And
like
the
the
Disney
Irish
Channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a good, kind of core memory associated with this. I don't quite know why. I mean, I like the story. I think everybody's familiar with the story of Robin Hood. I think that my initial reaction to have you seen Robin Hood would probably still be the Kevin Costner Prince of Thieves one. But this is certainly secondary. This is certainly would come up
before the Ridley Scott Robin Hood?
Before the Ridley Scott Robin Hood. Or the one, what was the one after that with?
Ugh, who knows?
Was it Charlie? The guy from...
Oh, was it Taron Egerton?
Was it Taron Egerton?
Robin Hood?
Oh, no.
He might have been. I thought it might have been the guy from...
Like Charlie Hunman or something.
Yeah, but...
it was Taron Egerton.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Well,
Jamie Foxx was Little John. Jamie Dornan was in it.
Jamie Foxx was Little John?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, okay.
That was directed by Otto Bathurst or Bathurst.
When is that from?
20. Oh boy. Okay, see?
Be good to do a Robin Hood movies ranked. I mean, that could be a whole other podcast.
Well, let's do let's quick. Listing obviously only the ones you've seen. Where do you put this in relation to the other ones?
Okay. Number 1, animated Robin Hood.
Okay.
Number 2, like the 1960 whatever Errol Flynn Robin Hood.
It's probably way earlier than that.
Yeah, it's probably more like 38, but
1959 to 1910, all the same to me. No,
sure.
Just kidding. That one has a couple really good fight sequences. And then Prince of Thieves. And then I think I saw like 30 minutes of the Russell Crowe one and thought that was enough. So we'll rank that next. And then I feel grateful to say I haven't yet seen a Taron Egerton Robin Hood movie made in 2019. So that will come last.
Yeah.
Is there another one, Josh?
Yeah, there's Men in Tights.
Well, there's also
Men in Tights, way higher up.
Okay.
Sorry,
okay.
Men in Tights.
Is that above Costner?
Definitely.
Okay.
Costner, I think the best part about that movie is Alan Rickman. Which
Not Kevin Costner's butt.
Not his butt, by the way.
That's a close second. Oh, it's not even his butt?
Not Kevin Costner's stunt double's butt.
No,
Thank
then
you.
I really don't care.
It just lost interest.
Sorry, his butt double, not stunt.
His butt double.
Not Kevin Costner's butt double's butt.
There is a weird, I don't know if we could, I guess we could maybe count this, the kind of like later in years Robin and Marion.
Oh, yeah, with Sean Connery and Audrey Hepburn, yeah.
Oh. Wow.
So
and that's, is that John Borman?
Yeah, I think it is. So put that one on the queue, Nick.
All right, I'm adding it.
But first priority, though, is of course the Unkind Rewind. And the next time we talk, we will all have seen the 1973.
Sean, do you have a ranking? Before having rewatched this, obviously. Neither of us have rewatched this.
Yeah, I think, so we're ranking as like, what's the best
Robin Hood movies. As to what you think are the best right now, not having rewatched all of them.
I will say it's tough because none of them are that good.
I think that this is probably, I mean, oh God, it's been a really long time for me watching Prince of Thieves.
Same.
I think Alan Rickman is going to hold up really, really well in that. Yeah, I think it's kind of a 1A, 1B thing with the animated and with Prince of Thieves.
Okay.
I don't have the sentimentality and the nostalgia wrapped up with this Disney one, much in the same way that I don't have any, type of nostalgia with much of the Disney. I wasn't a Disney kid.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, I think that they're probably on equal footing, more or less. And then, I mean, I think Adventures of Robin Hood, Errol Flynn, I did see that. I think that's got to be pretty high up there. And you're right. I think that is 38.
You guys are amazing.
But
sickos.
I didn't
look
see.
it up.
I don't think I saw Russell Crowe's.
It's
Robin
38.
Hood. It is, yeah.
Crazy.
And I don't think I saw. I definitely didn't see Taron Egerton. Did I see a few clips of the Ridley Scott one? Maybe, I don't remember it.
I saw enough of it to be fully not on board.
I do not remember.
Is the Ridley Scott one the same as the Russell Crowe one? Are those the same?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Whew.
For me, I would definitely go 1A, 1B with Prince of Thieves and the animated.
Yeah.
I would probably go Robin and Marion after that.
It's been too long.
I don't have a warm spot in my heart for Men in Tights. I don't really give a shit about that. The Ridley Scott one would be below that. I have a hard time with Errol Flynn because I know too much about him.
Fair.
And he was a monster.
Yeah.
And so I watched, the first time I saw Adventures of Robin Hood was after listening to the Dollop episode about Errol Flynn and what a supreme piece of shit he is. So I was unable to divorce.
You can't separate the art from the artist.
No, not when you're as big of a monster as Errol Flynn was.
Okay. There is a Douglas Fairbanks.
I have not seen that, obviously,
from 1922. That maybe we just turn this into the Robin Hood show.
And I saw about as much of the 2018 Robin Hood as I did the 2011 or whatever, the Russell Crowe Ridley Scott one, and both of them are pretty atrocious.
There is, Nick, a poorly reviewed Robin Hood with a very young Uma Thurman as Maid Marian.
Oh.
And Patrick Bergin, who famously is like Julia Roberts' vengeful husband in
Sleeping with the Enemy.
Sleeping with the Enemy.
Oh, right.
That was early 90s. So, I mean, once
I have no recollection of that.
Yeah. Once we officially... It was directed by John Irvin, who did Hamburger Hill and the Dogs of War with Walken. But he also did Raw Deal with Schwarzenegger. Anyway.
Yeah.
Once we officially change the name of the podcast to the Nick D'Agostino Show, we can then change the subject matter to just looking at Robin Hood movies.
That would be great. Thank you for that. I am I know I'm not required to, but I have a pretty open week, so I'm going to be watching more than one Robin Hood movie. At least I'm really going to be ready.
We want you to just focus, though, on your list. We think eventually, when we change the name, we'll have you do that. But I think that first and foremost, we want you to focus on the 73.
I will. I promise.
And if you have Disney Plus, I imagine it's on there for listeners at home.
Yeah, I did not look it up. And by the time this drops, it'll be, like a month down the road, so who knows what the fuck will happen.
It should still be on there. I mean, I don't know if
Yeah,
Disney's
you'd
cleaning.
think, but you'd also think that Urban Cowboy and Risky Business were still out when we dropped those episodes, and they weren't. They weren't available for anything other than VOD, so...
You think that Disney, having put out Togo, would put it on Disney Plus, but they fucking don't.
What are they afraid of?
What are they? They're probably Balto sympathizers.
What do they not want us to know?
And as Josh rolls his eyes, because every time I do a podcast, I bring up how hard it is to see Togo.
Oh, I totally
Looks
agree.
like this is currently on Disney.
Okay.
Okay.
And Hulu, I believe, but definitely on Disney Plus.
Very good. Wow, I'm
Cool.
excited.
Well, Nick, when next we meet, we'll have all just rewatched Robin Hood for the first time in decades. So,
Wow.
yeah. Until then,
Take a snapshot of.
oh,
what you
wait,
are.
Nick, where can people find you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't think anybody's ever asked me that before. You can find me on Instagram, __bad casino __. See if anyone had
Bad
asked.
Casino or Bat Casino?
Bad casino, like a casino that's not going well.
Okay.
Um,
So one that our dear leader would have owned.
yeah, that's right. Our dear leader. And justicethemovie.com for any information about Justice the Movie coming out
Okay.
soon, hopefully.
Nice. Well, Nick, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Nick. We'll see you on the other side, buddy.
It's an honor.
That was another installment of the Unkind Rewind, mining our childhood for content, one film from a guest's past at a time. Unkind Rewind is a Munchcasts production and can be listened to wherever you download your podcasts and watched on the Unkind Rewind YouTube channel. Music for this and every other episode of Unkind Rewind was composed by Divorcio Suave. Rate, review, like, and subscribe to Unkind Rewind on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, and Good Pods. Links to all of our social media accounts are in our show notes, but you'll find us as @UnkindRewindPod on Letterboxd and nearly every social media platform, all of which can be found at our website, unkindrewind.com. If you have a question, concern, complaint, or feedback, you can email the podcast at unkindrewindpod@gmail.com or call into our call-in line, area code 507-479-6440, and leave a message that can be played on air. Fans should join the Munchcast Discord to discuss this or any other episode of the Unkind Rewind with like-minded people. This dialogue may just make it into a future episode of the pod. The Unkind Rewind Patreon will be coming soon, so start squirreling that pocket change away. Thank you for listening to the Unkind Rewind.